jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back subscribe.
Once again, you're tuned in to World Combat Sports. Hey, this is going to be a brief one. You know what I'm saying? I just want to just touch a little bit on some of the topics that's been going on. You know, shout out to the Super Bowl, man. Cincinnati, LA. I'm going for LA. God damn it. I'm going for LA. I'm going for LA. Cincy versus LA. I'm going for LA. Anyway, moving on. Neither one of my teams to begin with anyway. So I get the word that Bob Arum is pretending or, you know, putting on a pretty damn good charade with the fact with the news that Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte will potentially do 500K PPV buys. Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte, 500K. Is it possible? You know, I have to do process of elimination. Is the boxing fans desperate after, you know, the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury rivalry and the trilogy just completed? Are they desperate just to see anything in the heavyweight division? Are they desperate in boxing right now to see any big name fight? I would say in certain areas, yeah, for real. They're desperate. But are they desperate enough to see a fighter that just recovered from a knockdown to come back and fight a guy who seemed like he left the anesthesiologist and he wasn't fully, you know, recovered yet? Seemed like he was still numbed up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the hell was going on, but Alexander Povetkin, you know, he didn't have kneecaps and shit. Like he walked out of there with no kneecap and ankles. His shit just had no support. And it was a totally different Alexander Povetkin who fought Dillian Whyte the first time. But 500K is far-fetched, believe it or not, in my opinion. It's very, very far-fetched. I mean, that's Bob Arum. He had the right to say what he want to say. You know what I'm saying? I think it'll do some numbers because people are curious. You know what I'm saying? You have curious boxing fans when they're eagerly waiting something to happen, man. There's a lot of us out here just waiting for shit to happen in boxing. So 500K, I don't see it. To be honest, I just don't see it. I think it's just a ploy for Bob Arum just to put some news out there. You know, just get the chitter chatter going and, you know, swing for the fences, so to speak. That's all I see in that fight, you know, as far as the numbers goes. I want to talk about the lightweight boxing landscape, right? This is not my thumbnail. I mean, I did a little editing to it, but it's not my thumbnail, right? I pretty much grabbed the thumbnail without Cambosa's head in the middle. I'm trying to give you a little backstory, right? So when I seen this thumbnail, I seen no Ryan Garcia, which is great. Great. You know, you got Gervonta in there, Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez, he moved up to 40, you know? So I look at Devin Haney, and I'm looking at the person who probably, put this together, and they had subliminal intentions, I don't see where he would be looking off into the horizon and everybody else is looking into the camera like they focused and ready to fight. This is just something to further, basically degrade the interest of Devin Haney as a lightweight champion, in my opinion. When somebody's looking off into the distance, not paying attention, or to assume they're not paying attention, or no one's really caring that they pay attention, they just dare in the group, not really serving a purpose. This thumbnail kind of give me that vibe. You know what I'm saying? It definitely gives me that vibe that it's a subliminal shot with him being the only one that's not looking in the camera. Now, as far as him outpricing himself, I don't really believe that bullshit because look, all of a sudden, this is the fight to remember, go back in conversations. This is the fight to what? Clarify, consummate, leave no doubt in the minds of the boxing fans of who's the best at lightweight. Isn't that what this fight is about? Right? So if this fight is about that, then it's the only division that we can put this to. We can put this staple to right here with the franchise on down. It should be that much integral to make the fight with the numbers. They should be able to talk. Devin Haney and Kambosos should be able to talk. I don't believe that he outpricing himself. I don't believe that shit at all, man. I believe it's just, just another page to turn to act like, well, let's switch it over here. I hear so many damn opponents. Kambosos fighting Lomachenko, Ryan Garcia, and then you see a post come out to he's telling Ryan Garcia to get in line. Really, to be honest, I'm just tired of hearing this dude talk. Like, you're gonna go, okay, let me try over here. Boom, no. Let me go hit Lomachenko. No. Go back to Devin Haney. No. Man, just goddamn make up your mind. Because the whole point in this entire fight with Devin Haney and Kambosos, yes, about getting paid, but more so for the fans and for the boxing annals, right? Is to prove who's the best at lightweight. That's what we're here to do. We're here to do that. Of course, negotiate your work. Of course. I'm talking about, but the entire question from the inception is, let's make the fight to prove who's the best lightweight. Proving who the best lightweight, you can't, it's not really something that's favorable to the fight fans if you're just gonna make it about money. If Kambosos is gonna go in here and make the negotiations extremely tough, I don't know what they have going on behind the scenes, but what I can tell you is we've been waiting for quite some time to see the selection process of Kambosos and to pretty much see if he's just gonna, peel back the band-aid of boxing with the disappointment scar, or we're gonna have some type of excitement. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have something to perk us up a little bit, something to talk about, sidebars. You know what I'm saying? We're not looking for a park bench result, something we just gonna sit around and be like, I wasn't really, thinking about putting all this time and effort into something, and then that's what we get right here. You know what I'm saying? This is what we get. No, we're looking for something to give you that energy. You know what I'm saying? Get the pulse going just a little bit faster. You know what I'm saying? Blood pressure. Raise the core temperature of the body. Say, goddamn, we got a fight coming up. I'm hyped up. I'm ready. Let's go. Looking forward to this in 2022. But just everything I'm getting from Kambosos tells me that this is going to be, his game to play for a minute. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be his game to play. That's what type of dude he's coming off to me as, man. Thotty KK. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to call Cambozo. Thotty KK. When Thotty KK get out the streets and make up his mind, then we'll feel a bit better about what the potential of us seeing this fight. But Thotty KK keep on going and saying this about one fighter and instructing this fighter to do something and that. You stay around the lightweight division enough, those individuals you fucking with, you don't have to come see them. Just like you seen Lomachenko fight Masayoshi Nakatani and Richard Comey. Imagine that shit. Because Lomachenko was the one that didn't get Teofimo a rematch. But Teofimo beat his ass. Then coming around, he ended up fighting two of Teofimo Lopez's leftovers or common opponent. Teofimo loses and move up. He say he's going up to 140. All right. And he's about to take up a tough, highly ranked fighter up there at 140. But the whole point I'm trying to make is, what do you want to do? You want to clear up any misconceptions that the fight fans may have about lightweight, who's the best, or you want to make it about Thotty KK? Who can give me the most money? I'm sitting there. I got my pom-poms. You don't think my skirt high enough? I got everything you was asking for in Thotty KK. I got the accent. I got everything. I'm just looking for the right people to pretty much satisfy what I'm asking for, because deep down inside he's not really sure he's gonna come up out of this the right way. That's the one thing about Cambozo. He's not really sure he's gonna come up out of this with those titles around his waist. So he want to get paid. I don't blame him for getting paid, but for Team Haney and Cambosis, I hope they're able to come to a median, because we pretty much understand what the negativity is going to be about. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna understand that it's always going to be static when it comes to negotiations with Cambosis and Devin. So they're always going to say, "Oh, he's pricing himself out," and that's unfortunate. He's pricing himself out as if he ain't doing it. I don't think so. I think they're really trying to make the fight, and I just hope they can come to a resolution that satisfy and appease themselves and the fight fans. That's the only thing we can hope for. It's a bit frustrating, to be honest, because it just seems like such a simple fight to make. But as always, the business, the politics, the capitalism, and everything that goes along with the sport. Some of these fights are not as easy to negotiate when it comes to the business model than it is for us to get on here and talk about it on YouTube. That's where the problem comes in. A lot more friction comes into play, resistance, difference of opinion. So I don't think he's outpricing himself. I just think he want to come in there with a nice dollar. And if you're trying to get 50-50, or you think anything to basically upset Cambozo, I would say this would be one of your fight that, if you have to take a little bit lower than Cambozo's, exactly, do that. Because some of our bigger, greater champions have taken a lower paycheck just to get to the dance. You get to the dance, goddamn dance around his ass all night, collect the belts, take them, do all the media you want, as much until you get exhausted, and then decide on whether you want to move up to 140 or you want to have a big fight down here, because the ball will be in your court now. It won't be Devin Haney outpricing himself and all this other shit. Get the belts, and you can dance with whoever you feel like, and the money's gonna be right. Especially you go in here and make Cambozo look like he shouldn't be in there with you. You know what I'm saying? Definitely make that shit pop. Sade. That's what it is. So hopefully, and pray that we hear some. I keep saying the upcoming weeks, all we hear is the same shit over and over again. Ryan Garcia name pop up. He say this from his side, and then something come back from you know, Thotty KK. And then we have nothing. We don't hear too much of anything. Shout out Javante Davis, newborn. He had another girl, another daughter. So shout out Javante Davis, man. On the birth of your child. But you got Javante Davis. Then you have Vasil Lomachenko, who is coming off a win with Richard Comey. Really don't know what he's gonna do next. I know he wants to fight Cambozo, but we'll see. And for Devin, I really don't know, why so many people just want to treat him like the Rodney Dangerfield 135-pound division. That can deal with a lot of stuff. It can be racism. It can be that there's certain movements. Boxing is huge, but you have communities, and these communities may be pushing, in certain cases, pushing their favorite and unfavorite fighters, whatever the case, man. It's just too much on this YouTube shit to even think about. But you have to understand who orchestrated the devaluation of his belt. So to me, I just keep looking at it like this is a the devil's den down here in lightweight division when it came to Devin Haney's belt. It's been the devil's den, man. They tried anything and everything to rename a title that is still in existence in other divisions and is worthy of the praise. It's a legitimate value title. But it has been since spoken on by the president, and they really treat it as if it's a secondary title. They treat it as if it's one of the lowest stocks on the boxing Wall Street. It's just incredible how they just have restructured this title to ostracize him, just because he has a WBC belt. But the WBC belt means something in every other division without a franchise. It's incredible, yo. It's very much incredible. But anyway, they'll get it worked out sooner or later. You know what I'm saying? They'll get it worked out sooner or later. They will get it worked out sooner or later. Let's reach out to Thotty KK, Cambozo, and let's try to see if we can get some answers coming up. You know what I'm saying? You had your 5.5 minute fame. It's time to get us some answers so we can move on and start talking about what we need to make those plans. If it's worth it, if the card is worth it, we need to make those plans. You know what I'm saying? And my last topic is going to be the information that came up about Errol Spence. Supposedly, Mikey Garcia or something, said something about potentially Errol Spence injured. I called some people and they was telling me it's not true. They was telling me nothing at this point in time is even remotely close to that shit right there. But listen to what I'm saying. I've always told y'all that he won't be 100% after, landing on the pavement. He's going to have residual injuries, period. You might well get used to that. He's going to have residual injuries. But today's news, I called 3 different people to try to find out where this news could come from or why would it be put out. Then they say there's no reason for that to be out right now. I'm saying, you sure? And then I'm looking at the source of Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence. You know how that goes. Mikey Garcia was the same one who said he saw something. Yeah, the vision's different when you got beer goggles on and you got cataracts. You got got eyelashes, have eyelashes in your eye, or goddamn, you might have been, on your third unit of mimosa. I don't know. You might have been drinking that straight moonshine out the yard. We don't know what Mikey Garcia was looking at, but he said he sees something nobody else saw, and we see what 2 gloves can do when in action. You know what I'm saying, that Mikey? But I'm gonna be honest with you. My people told me not to put too much emphasis in it. You know what I'm saying? And if Errol Spence doesn't make it to Yordenis Ugas fight, there's nothing out there to say he won't. But I'm just saying, I've been on record as saying I don't think he's gonna make it to the Yordenis Ugas fight. I'm not trying to be right. I'm just using my opinion. I'm just expressing my opinion. I don't think he'll make it to the Yordenis Ugas fight. If that is indeed the case, I'd definitely like to see Bud Crawford get the shot, to pick up that next belt. That'd be a perfect storm right there, because you get a solid fight with Bud Crawford and Yordenis Ugas for the WBO and the WBA title. Then, Bud, if he ever gets around to, fighting Spence, it's not going to take that long. If not, he can move up. We have a triangle, maybe a rectangle of possibilities, right? You know what I'm saying? Let's look at the Errol Spence Ugas. That doesn't happen. You have the Ugas versus Crawford. And then, if indeed that doesn't happen, right? Crawford may move up to 54. Something else that might tie in the last corner, the last point of reference, would be if in chance that Jermell Charlo wins the Undisputed. That's not a guarantee. Brian Castano showed his chest plate, goddammit. Brian Castano showed his courage. He showed everything you asked him, his dognatiousness, his overall will, durability. It was a knock him out, drag out fight. Now, does that mean the second one's going to be like the first? No, it doesn't. But I shouldn't see a huge gap at the pace. We shouldn't see a huge gap as if they ain't never fought before. If shit is just not the way it was the first fight. Somehow, some way, somebody got hit in the head and had a brain lapse. No, they should still have that energy. You know what I'm saying? They should still have that that vigor that they had to trade and exchange punches in their first fight. It's a lot that they should carry in that fight, man, to make it that more interesting. It's a lot. It's a lot that we're demanding to see from them too. I'm going for Charlo, man. It'll be good to see him win another rematch. And then not only this rematch is the golden bucket of coins, man. Like, you have the crown jewels in this match. You become undisputed. You know what I'm saying? Give Texas something to talk about. You become undisputed. But appreciate it, man. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all pulling up. Not much to talk about tonight. Just wanted to touch on that. I may potentially be back on tomorrow. Y'all know what it is. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports. I'm out.